Hello, Cancer. This is your mid-19 reading, and remember, it will not resonate with all Cancer individuals. But I'm asking for new energies and hopefully positive energies to come in for Cancer from starting mid-19. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, full Celtic cross, and new energies coming in for Cancer. Mid-teen. Like I said, I always hope for a positive reading. Sometimes that don't happen, but we try to work things out, find a solution. Try to. I don't like leaving people hanging. And there's always a solution, usually. The Lover's in reverse. You having trouble with a lover or lovers or partnerships? Maybe you're feeling like, something's wrong in your relationships or, like I said, partnerships. You're not going to hold back. You're going to let someone know what you're thinking, possibly, about a stable situation that you thought was stable. Or someone do this with you, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It also could be for some of you, someone be spending too much money and the other partner gets a little aggravated, possibly. Possibly. Not necessarily, but possibly. What's crossing it? Seven of Cups, confusion, too much going on, making bad choices, the wrong choices, or not wise choices with the Seven of Cups crossing it. What crowns you? You lose a little bit of independence, money, gain with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a warning. If it hasn't happened to you yet, Cancer, or people around you, that someone be overspending, more or less. Or it could be other things. I will start clarifying, and it is known to change the story up, so stick with me. Foundation, the Hermit. Got that for, who did I get that for? Gemini. I got that for Gemini too, but it was someone who's thinking intensely, thinking maybe I don't have enough money now to do anything with the Hermit in the upright. Maybe I gotta stay home. Maybe I gotta think about my next move. How am I gonna come up with some finances or some stability or some independence? In the past, some of you will be dealing with a fire sign. It could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but not necessarily. Maybe someone had a lot of passion for something. Maybe they wanted to, get out there and have some fun. But usually the King of Rods is someone usually a little older, very attractive in their own way, mature also. They can be very mature. But this person just really likes to put their energy out there and maybe actually take on a project of some sort with some vigor, In the very near future, you got the Ace of Cups in reverse. You're unable to give someone a new emotional start or something they love, or maybe you feel like you can't do this, or maybe someone hasn't done this with you. I'm really thinking it has to do with some confused situation that has to do with finances. And someone's thinking, how am I going to overcome this? And it's not that you can't overcome this, because you can. We got to figure out what's going on so you can overcome it. Possible future outcome and advice from the universe is to overcome sorrow and heartbreak that be out there for you. Maybe some of you are overindulging with finances, like I said, to compensate for broken hearts or sorrowful situations, or feeling like you have to replace whatever is void in your heart with other things. What is coming towards you, the outside environment, beyond your control, someone that feels they did not get a victory with you, with the Six of Wands, or maybe there wasn't a victory to be had with the outside environment. We will find out what that is. Your hopes and fears, you're trying to turn your fortune around. You're trying to regain some of your luck that you lost, or some of the finances. And it's also, I call the manifestation card, because when you tap into your hopes and fears and your positive thinking, sometimes the outcome can be changed to your favor, whatever it is. So you're wanting your wheel of fortune to go in your favor. You're wanting positive things to roll in your favor. Finances, relationships, it don't matter. In the end, you do come out of stagnation with the Hangman in reverse. You do find, in a way, maybe a situation to deal with this. There's a tablecloth. Now, let's go back to the beginning and find out why something happened with your finances, with confusion, overspending, stability is off. Maybe you thought you had some finances to do something. You wanted to go into something really great and passionate, and what happens? You don't have enough money, so you're trying to figure out what you can do to make it work. So 4 of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Cups crossing it. Why are you there for Cancer as the subject in hand? The World card coming, full circle and moving on to the next cycle in life. That's what you're wanting to do, but you're having trouble accomplishing it for some reason. It also could be that you have to answer for old, spending too much. So the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the World card, 7 of Cups, why are you there for Cancer as a subject at hand? Justice. And you think of maybe, gosh, life is just isn't fair to me with the Justice card in reverse, because maybe a bill collector will come knocking on your door, or somebody else will come knocking on your door, and they come across kind of like unfair for you. You're like, wait a minute, I thought we had this all cleared up, and they're like, nope, and so you have to maybe shell out some money. I'm just telling you that, So some of you, this is a warning to watch what you spend, because, the bill collector come knocking on your door and repo in your car, if you're not careful. So I don't know why I said that. Must be pertaining to somebody. Now, what crowns you is that you're just not getting enough gain. You're not getting enough independence with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, why you're there for Cancer. Now, you do come out of that in the end. Yeah, and you're stuck in your thoughts about how am I going to get out of this situation when it comes to finances and stability. So 9 of Pentacles in reverse, the Devil in the upright, why you there? For Cancer is what crowns them, or the goal. And I think it's what crowns you. You're trying to figure out how to get out of the situation, because you're wanting to go out and have some fun. In some ways, enjoy life for once. You're wanting what you're wanting, and you're wanting to have that energy to do so, but it seems like you're trying to figure out how to do it. For some of you, you'll be dealing with a fire sign. Now, the Foundation is the Hermit card, and you're thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to, get some more extra cash? You do think about it in the end. I think you overcome it somewhat, but you do have to deal with the Justice card, and someone coming towards you saying, guess what, this isn't going to work with this money situation. So you're going to think about it. Let's see if you're going to figure something out. The Hermit card in the upright as the Foundation, why are you there for Cancer? The Lovers. Yeah, you're wanting maybe to enjoy yourself with a lover situation, and you're trying to figure out, maybe you're going to try to also, some of you thinking maybe a lover could help you out in some way, but not necessarily. So the Hermit in the upright, the Lovers in the upright, why you there as the Foundation. I think some of you want to, coming out of betrayal, coming out of things not working out with the Ten of Swords in reverse, thinking someone did you dirty. I don't think it's the lover. I'm thinking it has to do with, it could be the lover. Maybe they spent too much, but I don't think it's a third party or anything like that. I'm just thinking somebody might have messed somebody over. You may think that, but someone's overspending. I can tell you that right now. Now, in the past, you got the King of Rods. Like I said, it could be a fire sign. It could be, like I said, someone more mature. They're usually good looking, the King of Rods. So in the past, they're there. Why are you there? King of Rods for Cancer in the past. And you're trying to figure out what to do with them, or maybe you were trying to figure out what to do with them with the 9 of Wands in reverse. But it's like every time you try to figure out what to do next, it just kind of like people want to put it aside and say, let's just enjoy each other. Let's enjoy the situation. Let's not worry about what comes next. Let's not worry about money. We'll let that worry about itself, which is probably not a good idea. So the King of Rods in the upright, 9 of Wands in reverse, while you're there for Cancer in the past. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or someone who's going to tell you straight to the point what's up. And it could be because you're not working on something. Or it could be, like I said, maybe maybe there is more than one person, not working on something or getting all muck. But something causes a bit of a discussion, an argument in some way about money. Someone feels like they've been, I don't have enough, so I can't do this with you now with the Ace of Cups. I can't go on this new trip. I can't go out to dinner and a date with you. I can't, do hair and nails right now. So Ace of Cups in reverse, why you there? For Cancer in the very near future. Yeah, and you're wanting to move forward, possibly with a water sign, or this could be you, as a water sign. But I see as somebody wanting to do this, they're wanting to have nice things, they're wanting to offer love and friendships, and just, a good omen in itself. But like I said, things are tight right now for some of you. So Ace of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups in the upright, while you're there for Cancer in the very near future. I'm thinking some of you just go ahead and do it anyway, even though the money's not there, because I don't see you cutting out of anything. Even though you're having trouble offering this and saying, I don't think I can afford this, you go forward with it. You go forward with it, even though you should cut something out, or it could be like vice versa. But I do see someone him-hawing around, should I spend more than I got, because, the creditor's at the door. The wolf is at the door. Now, you're just trying to come out of heartbreak and sorrow and enjoy your life for once with the Three of Swords. And it could be that the universe says to come out of sorrow. I don't know. I need another card. So Three of Swords in reverse while you're there for Cancer. It's a possible future outcome and advice from the universe. You could be that you're coming out of this sorrowful situation or heartbreak. Yeah, you're coming out of disappointment with the Five of Cups in reverse. So Three of Swords, Five of Cups in reverse while you're there for Cancer. It's a possible future outcome or advice from the universe. Yeah, drop it. Oh, wow. I can't believe the universe is telling you this. Don't worry about your heartbreaking situations right now. Come out of disappointment and drop the subject for the time being. It could be exactly that's what you'll do, because that's possible future outcome if you decide to do it. I'm just going to ignore the situation and drop it, because I just want to have a little bit of fun. The outside environment, someone feels that they're not getting a victory with you. So let's find out what it is. So Six of Wands in reverse while you're there for Cancer. I think it's going to get pretty hairy with finances while you're there. Cancer say, yeah. Someone is staying up nights thinking about you, what you're doing, their anxiety. They're thinking, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And they're trying to talk to you in some way, and you may be like not listening. So Six of Wands in reverse, Nine of Swords in the upright for the outside environment beyond Cancer's control. Ace of Cups, and they're saying, there's the Ace of Cups again, from over here. So very well could be that they're not going to offer you anything because they're upset because they didn't get their way in a situation. It could be, like I said, the wolf at the door, the creditor, or someone you're involved with. But you're wanting to do something, you're wanting to have fun, and you're not wanting to cut out things or have a discussion on it with the Ace of Swords in reverse. You're not wanting to hear about it right now. Or like I said, vice versa. Maybe some of you are dealing with another possible water sign that's overspending. I do see that, which it could be either or. And someone's going to have to deal with the situation. But I don't see you worrying about it in the end, or like over, controlling your life in any way. Now, your hopes and fears and possible manifestations is the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. And that's maybe your luck changing. Maybe you're wanting your luck to change. Maybe you're going to manifest this in some way. So the Wheel of Fortune in the upright for Cancer while you're there, in the hopes and fears and manifestations while you're there. Temperance, you're trying to come out of an unbalanced situation, and you don't want to work on anything right now. But you feel like things be a little out of control, and you're trying to, turn your luck around. So Wheel of Fortune in the upright, Temperance in reverse while you're there for Cancer, and hopes and fears and manifestations. King of Swords, and you're kind of like afraid you irritate somebody, or I'm seeing that now. You're wanting your luck to change because you don't want to irritate anybody around you. You're wanting your finances to change, and maybe you're hoping for this because you really don't want to irritate or cause someone to go out of balance. Could be the King of Swords in reverse. Could be an air sign for some of you, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or someone just really sharp words, and they say, what are you doing? And cause an imbalance. But you're wanting your luck to change. You're trying to move things forward. And maybe you do because you got the Hangman in reverse. You're not going to be stagnant. You're not going to be staying home. I'm just telling you that right now. So the Hangman in reverse while you're there for Cancer as the final outcome. The Moon in reverse. Yeah, you're going to let someone know about something. You're not going to hide what you're thinking with the moon. You may have at one time tried to put it under wraps, not tell somebody what you were going to do. And now you're going to tell somebody, guess what? I'd be going out of town. I'd be spending a little bit more money, or someone be doing this with you, telling you this. So it does come out in the rain. It comes out in the wash, what is going on. And someone says, hey, let's enjoy ourselves. Let's come out of disappointment. We'll drop this for now with the Two of Pentacles, and we'll just live life to the fullest, even though we may not be full in the banking account. So the Hangman in reverse, the Moon in reverse. Why are you there for Cancer? In the very end. Why are you there in the very end? Let's see if you get some more money. And somebody charges forward, and they get going on what they're wanting to do. They're charging forward. So you're not wanting to, be stagnant. Before you were the foundation, but in the end you come out of it and say, guess what, I'm going to do this, I'm doing it now. And someone on the outside is saying, no, we're not, no, we're not, no, we're not. And you're saying, oh, the situation changed, it'll get better. But the banking account says no. In the end, you may eventually put an end to the whole situation. Now, whether or not you transform into something else, I don't know. You put an end to whatever you were going to do and plan because of the money situation, because things got confusing with the Seven of Swords, and someone maybe finds out about it and cuts you off, or you cut them off with the Seven of Swords, and you put it to a dead halt. Yeah. So I hate readings like this because no one likes them. I'm going to start giving love readings, but with a different deck. I'm not going to use this deck. But this is saying that there's going to be a little battle over money of you wanting to do something and not having enough, or someone around you that you have joint finances wants to do something and there's not enough. And someone say, I'm going to do it anyway. And someone else says, no, you don't. So you find out that's what you're doing, that you're making not all the right decisions with the Seven of Cups. And they see that you're maybe sneaking off to get your nails done, or they're sneaking off to get their, whatever, and someone puts a halt to it because there's just not the money there, because someone is disappointed and someone is worried about whether you're spending money or too much, too much. And you think, for some of you, you'll think that someone else is out there spending too much money, maybe on, their car or whatever, or, accessories, whatever they're into. So that is your reading, and I'm going to let this go. Remember, it's all about money. It's coming to a meeting of the minds of, being, straightforward with each other, because in the end, someone's going to put a stop to it anyway and say, no, we can't do this. And that is your reading, and I probably will do a love reading, start them. I got to get cards out for that. A lot of you like the love readings, and it's just for love readings. So I'm going to let this go, and it could carry on to next month, but I hope not. I hope you get everything together. I'm sure you will. And like I said, I do a love reading for everybody as the extra, bonus card readings. Get something else besides finances, but this is what that is. This is what it is, finances. And the creditor's at the door. Bye.